Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 64 of FTB Revelations, where today, a couple things I might want to do. I don't know, we'll see. One thing I want to do is address Twilight Forest in last episode. I have had absolutely no luck with anything Twilight Forest advancement-wise. I haven't been able to get the advancements to behave, so I don't know if there's something funny with the version or what. But what I did do, there's a command you can run. I think it's like /game rule. I think it's like if you do TF and tab, I think it's TF progression. And you can toggle that off, and then it'll basically let you do Twilight Forest in any order you want. However, I kind of don't know if I want to do Twilight Forest right now. I do want to play it. It's a fun adventure to go on. But I think what I'd like to do first is maybe just spend a little time doing a couple other things, more automation-y and that kind of thing. I'm not sure. I'm just not in the mood for Twilight Forest right now. So as much as I was ready to go on it last episode, I don't think I want to go on it today. One thing I do want to show you guys is between last episode and this one, I did a few tweaks to my nuclear site. I upgraded this fission reactor here to just be a larger casing. This is the one burning the low energy 235 fuel. So this is the 235, this is the 233. I also changed it so that the filters accept kind of all the low energy fuels here, just so they burn through that stuff more quickly, right? So this thing's more of a breeder reactor, where the first one I had was just a basic tutorial reactor. It just got things going. This is more of a breeder reactor. It burns through the fuel in about a minute for low energy 235, where the last reactor, it took 7 minutes to burn through the fuel. So this is going to burn through my uranium a lot more quickly, which will more easily get me the HEP241 and the other advanced types of fuel that we've got going on. Now, the other thing I did was made HECF 251. So before we were making 249, and when we process that, we get the components to make 251, which is another high energy Californium type fuel. So I've got that all set up, pretty much identical to what we did in previous episodes, where we basically have you know, all the automation that you guys have seen me do a dozen times now for all this stuff is pretty much the same, right? So we've got 249, and 251 both fueling our nuclear reactor over here, along with a few other things. And this guy's obviously doing his plutonium-based fuel, and that's just getting me a lot better stuff. So we've got a lot more plutonium now. If I wanted more of this, it shouldn't be a problem to make more plutonium. Where before I was running actually really low on plutonium, now that I've sped this up, it's going a lot better for me. So that's cool. I just wanted to give you guys the heads up that I improved that a little bit. And I've got my wither skeleton thing running in the deep dark, and it's doing a great job of killing wither skeletons for me. Doing beautiful. You know, the recharging thing is working great. And now I'm looking at wither skeletons, and I'm like, do I want to set up a wither killing system? Like, that would be cool to do today. And I'm trying to think of a cool way to do it, right? Because there's a limited number of ways that you can automate the killing of the wither, like the trapping and the killing, right? There's two components to this. So step one is trapping the wither. You've got your wither-proof blocks from Ender.io. You've got your force fields from RF Tools. I don't know that there's a lot else that you can really do to trap a wither. I mean, there's other wither-proof blocks, right? But like, they're pretty much the same as reinforced obsidian. They're just a different texture. And there's also the creating of the wither, right? The wither builder. So Industrial Foregoing has the wither builder. We could do something nifty with like a contraption that will automatically place the wither for us. So I'm trying to think of like what's a cool way to go about this. You guys have seen me do the astral ritual a few times where I use that thing to kill them. Now here's the deal. I'm thinking about this because we did the ritual that focuses the thing, right? So if we pop this dude off, we'll see that he's got Ulteria, which makes it a smaller area of effect, but highly increases how rapidly the ritual runs. And if you guys watch the segments where I did the mineral transformation thing, like remember how slow it was, and then I threw Ulteria on the crystal, and then it was like this fast, and it was like, okay, that was a huge difference. I'm wondering how much of a difference Ulteria would make on the damaging effects of the offensive ritual that hurts mobs nearby, and that might be cool. And it's similar to what I've done before, but it's different enough, I think, because there's only so many options. It's either that, or there's the Botania flower, but that one's pretty slow, or there's the Draconic Evolution mob killer, which just kills the thing in like one tick. Like literally just it just spawns and dies immediately, which is okay. I mean, it's cool, right? The mob grinder, but it's also like, meh, not so cool, right? So I'm thinking that I'm going to do the Astral Sorcery War because it's at least more interesting than the other one, right? So let's do a Wither spawner and killer today, so that we can start collecting Nether Stars, because I do eventually want to get Draconic Evolution. Like Draconic's going to be a thing I'm going to want, right, at some point. So I think that would be cool to do. Would be fun to. I want to do all the things with Draconic, things I haven't done in a while, like the reactor core from Draconic. I think that would be fun. Get some like uber armor going on. That kind of stuff. So I don't know if Draconic's happening super soon, but because like I usually try to save Draconic till later on in the series, because if you get it too early, it's just like you're super overpowered and meh. So let's do that. Let's look at getting the Wither spawner today. So I guess like there's the shield system from RF Tools, right? So that's one way to do it. Let me just see if there's anything else that I can do to just spawn the Wither and not have him get away in an interesting / fun way. So I'm going to go ahead and go with a shield projector, a couple of them, right? I looked at, I'm considering, and I can't think of anything that's just different, right? Like it's either just create a box out of things that don't take damage, or at least shield projectors are a little bit more interesting, right? Like it's a RF use and you can toggle it on and off. I don't know, maybe we come up with something cool. Just like a fun way to make it different and exciting. And I also went ahead and taught the shield template here, so let me get like 200 of those bad boys. That shouldn't be a problem. They should craft relatively easily. Bada bing, bada boom. And boom, we have 200 shield templates. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna pop over here. Let's just find a spot. I'm thinking like right in this general direction. Let's make it daytime, because mobs. I mean, there's not gonna be mobs, because I've got that awesome ritual. But you know, you guys being able to see what I'm doing is also a benefit. Because dark in YouTube is bad. YouTube don't like dark scenes. So I'm thinking like right here-ish. I mean, it's right under my, like, wouldn't it be hilarious if the Wither got out and destroyed my ritual up here? No, I'd be very sad about that. So maybe we put this somewhere else that's like a little less of a concern if the dude gets out. Like I can pop him like over here-ish. That might be cool. I don't know. Let's just roll the dice. I'm gonna be risky. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it over here. And we're just gonna hope that we don't mess it up. Though I think I do need visibility to the sky for the damaging part of the ritual, don't I? But I think I can manage that. Like I could have the ritual thing be over here, and then relay it with the thing over to here, and that should be fine. So like I'm not gonna like specify exactly where this is gonna be, but I do want a good 7x7, I think. That should be cool, right? I think that's good. So that, and then let's get out our builder's wand, because or building gadget, because I'm pretty sure that we can build to me with this stuff, right? Yeah, that's what's up. Cool. So you're going to be a shield template there. Now I can also convert these shield templates into the other color so they don't connect to each other. And that's what I'm going to do now. And hopefully you're super cool about this, right? Yay. So we're going to make this undo. That was the wrong way. Boop, 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 boop. Undo. Man, it's days like this where I'm really glad I added undo to those tools. All right, so how's this feel for like a nice, pretty bog standard, trap the Wither kind of device? Now, do I need more of these shields? I might. So let's get like 30 more of them. 32 sounds good enough to me. Did I just take off a thing? I did, and I don't know what it was. The thermal expansion charger. I guess clicking there puts it... Oh, no, it puts it into your inventory after all. Okay, good. At least it put it into my inventory. I thought it, like, put it in the AE system, and I was like, I have no idea what I just clicked. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's get my 2 shield setups here. So I made a shield projector tier 2 for that thing, right? So shield projector tier 1, you're going to be configured to allow just to be solid for all entities, right? And that's it. So you're solid for everybody, okay? And that's it. That's it. End of story. That's cool. And I think I want the shield color to be... Oh, that's cool. That's new. That's different. Isn't that cool? Wow, look at that fanciness. That is fancy. I like... Wow, that is cool. Good job, McJady. That is cool. I haven't seen that before. For removing energy. Give me like 4 of those. I should really automate flux at some point, just as like a fun challenge. I don't think it would be too hard to automate, right? Cool. And then there's a wrench. There's a smart wrench that you want to use for these things. And then boop. That is cool. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Nifty. Nifty, nifty, nifty. I feel like I should just fill this area in though. So that it at least looks halfway decent. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, now for you, we're gonna want some conduiting. Okay, and you are going to be solid for all things. But you're also going to be pass for player. And I forget what order it is, but I think pass for player has to be first. Cool. Now, if we try to drop an item through there, you'll see that it won't go through the shield. See how it's bouncing off the shield? So that's how I know that it's solid for everything, but pass for player. And what that allows, basically, is players can walk through it, but everything else, the default mode, is solid. Sweet. And what kind of colors can I make you? I'm just curious what white looks like. Oh, that's cool. I almost want it to be clear. Ooh, light is blocked by the shield. That's nifty. Okay. It's interesting. Are these like 2 different alphas? Is that what that is? I'm trying to figure it out, but that's kind of what it looks like, isn't it? Ah, I have no idea. It's cool, though. It's cool. Maybe we should make it red just to be like, hey, this is dangerous. Be careful. Ooh, watch out. Red force field. All right, I like that. So that'll be cool. I kind of want it to be clear. Isn't there a way to set it to be, use the texture from the supplied block? Transparent shield texture. I like that. Oh, hello. And then you can set that color. Okay, solid shield texture. I guess that makes it, yeah, that's neat. Invisible. Shield is completely invisible. That's safe. I don't think I want that exactly. It doesn't feel safe at all. I like that it's an option, but like, imagine that we ran out of power and didn't notice. That would be really bad. I don't know that I like that idea. Yeah, let me play with this a little bit, find a color I like. So I went with silver. That looks good enough to me. All right, cool. So for building the Wither, because that's step 2, we need an automatic way to build the Wither. The Wither builder, that's one option, right? We've done that approach before. It's okay. It's not my favorite approach, and I'll tell you why. It's a little bit too easy. It's a little bit too easy. But it's so easy, though. I love how easy it is, but it's a little bit too easy. So maybe we want to try something else. So what do we got by like a remote placer or something? So we've got the auto placer and the phantom placer from actually additions. I've had a little bit of difficulty with these in the past though. Because they like want to place on the side of a block. And they do a little bit of a funniness about placing things in the wrong spot sometimes. And a lot of blocks place that way, which is why automating this with block placers is sometimes trickier than you would think. But we could try it. But I know that I've had issues with the wireless placers in the past. So there's also that. portal to a remote block location. Use the GUI to specify a range of blocks from which the remote block is chosen. Yeah. I'm just curious if the Ender Porcupine could be used here with a mechanical user. I mean, I'm just saying that might be an option, right? It could be. So what if we tried that? Let's try the Ender Porcupine, because this thing's cool. Have you guys seen this before? Have I ever used this on a YouTube series? I know I've used it once or twice in a Twitch series, but I'm trying to remember if I've ever used it in a outside of that. So like here. So you can do block ranges, right? So this is direction what? This is towards -Z. So if I made this 2 blocks away, that would be there. Okay, fair enough. Opposite, but that's fine. All right, so that's where that thing's gonna go. Start and end would be 1 block above, right? Now, if I put the user here, could you place block? And I'm just going to use like cobble for a minute as a test of this system. Oh, that's a thing. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That is really actually kind of neat. So the thing is, like, every second this guy bounces up and down. You can see if you're looking really closely, you can see that it's like highlighting a little bit more strongly the block that it's currently affecting. So placing... The deal is you need to place the soul sand before you place the 3 wither skeleton skulls, right? And I'm just trying to imagine a scenario. Because I think... Can I make this faster? I know I can make the user faster, but I don't know if I can make the porcupine faster. Items, fluids, energy can transfer, travel requires GP proportional to the distance covered. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I can make this any faster. Is really my problem? Like I can get speed upgrades on you, right? I might have to go home to make those because I don't think I've got any of those. So like if I made these guys, what? I don't have any of that. Killing me, Smalls. Luckily, I've got a little trick for that. Right? So speed upgrades. You can give me a stack of those, and while we're here, I'm going to take a little nap. So I'm just trying to think if I can use this to my advantage a little bit. My only concern is how fast that thing moves. Like I can throw speed upgrades in him so that he clicks faster, but it's not going to make this move any faster, right? So when I put these in here, it's going to place a lot more quickly, but still only once every second. And that's static. Because the scenario that might happen is we have to place 4 blocks on the bottom, right? And because the way this thing can only do a specific range, we need 2 porcupines for the soul sand. We'd need 1 here, and then we need another one going here to here, right? So we need a second porcupine going across this line. And then we need a third porcupine going across this line, right? And the problem I have would be it's very feasible that the porcupine... well, let's try something. Let's try something. I'm going to wither skeleton you. Can wither skeletons be placed? And I'm going to get 2 more ender porcupines. Can they be placed not on blocks? I think they can, right? I think they can. Okay. So, like, this is a simulated setup that we would have here, right? So you, I'm going to bring this down. So you're only ever placing on the bottom, right? Cool. Okay. Then I'm going to have you... And you're going to place from -1 to 1. Okay, so see that? That's where you're going to place that. So if I were to, for example, put some cobblestone in here, cool. So he's doing what he wants. Not as fast as I would like, but it's working, right? Now then the third one is going to be exactly the same as the next one. And you're going to place Wither Skeleton Skull's place block, right? But before I put you in there, let's make sure that you're set up right. -1 to 1, right? And that's going to go there. So now if I place you guys, can you place in the world? It doesn't look like you can. Place block. Now if I gave you blocks to place on, you don't seem to want to do that. Use item on block? Oh, okay. So let me remove you now. See, it's doing that thing, which I had a concern it might. Yeah, see, that's a thing that happens. It's a weird oddity, but it happens in a lot of mods, so I got to assume that it's something. But I mean, I've seen that in lots of places. See, it's not even a block here to use it on. That's annoying. So how can I check if there's a block below it before letting you place? Because that's what we need to do, right? We need to make sure that there's a block in this space before you're allowed to place. Activate block with item. I'm assuming that's not going to do anything for me, right? If I put a block here, then I would know that if it was behaving, it would be behaving. Activate block with item, use item, entity, generic click. Place block is interesting that it's not. It's use item on block. See? And that's what you're going to get, and that's not ideal. Let me think about it for a minute. So I could do something like with a scanner, because the scanner can go through that. So if I did something like this, it knows when there's a block in the right spot. I've set it to emit redstone when there's dirt there. The problem is that these two cycles might not be lined up correctly. Like, see how this is about to be on, it's on the last one, it's on the first one, it's on the middle one, and this one's on the last one already and going to the first one. So like, if we could get these two to line up at the exact right moment, that would work, but I don't think it works otherwise. And I'm just worried about them getting out of sync too. Like, maybe I could sync them up if I time the clicks properly, and I've done that a few times just playing around off camera, but my concern is that if they get out of sync, then we're just going to break the machine. Like, I want a machine that's going to consistently spawn withers. So I did find something interesting. These guys retain their settings when you break them and pick them up, and they start over when you place them. So if you place very quickly, they should be synced up correctly. See how they're kind of synced up? So I should be able to do something with the scanner setup now, right? I'm just messing with this a little bit, right? So if we had you placing something like, you know, cobblestone, and you placing something like cobblestone. Okay. And then we should probably get more speed upgrades, which I probably don't have the resources to make, because these things are tied up in here. 2 stacks, thank you. All right, so what I'm thinking is we can use the scanner now. Knowing that you don't have to set the settings and it resets after you place it, that should work, right? So what I'll do is I'll place a scanner on this dude, and we'll set it to dirt, okay? So if there's dirt there, you will be allowed to place the block, okay? So you, mechanical user, will only run when there's redstone applied, okay? And you guys get your speed upgrades. And then, did I break the scanner? I totally broke the scanner. I don't know why I broke the scanner. There you go. Okay, so dirt. Now, I forget, does the scanner output to the side? He totally does. Nice. Okay, cool. You know what I could do then? No, we should have to, yeah, we have to do it that way. Let's do red alloy wiring then. And you will be use item on block, and then that will be it. See? See how that works? And now if I place a piece of dirt here, boom. How cool is that? This is coming together now. This should work in theory. In theory, this should work. This little setup, this little shenanigans setup that I've done. Is a Wither builder better? Sure. Sure. It's more efficient. It'll probably work 100% of the time. Will these work 100% of the time? I have no idea. Hopefully. Hopefully. I mean, they're cool, right? Okay, so I'm just hoping that this works out, right? So what we're gonna do instead, right, is have our ender porcupines here, right? So you're gonna be the one that, instead of that direction, you're actually gonna be... Does that look cool? 3, let's make it 4. Is 4 what we want? I think that might be, we might want 5. Okay, and then if we got some soul sand to demonstrate this with, right? Wow, I have like no soul sand, do I? That's okay. This is coming together. Place block, soul sand, right? And then every time the soul sand is gone, it's gonna place another one. And if I throw speed upgrades in there, it's gonna be that much faster. How cool is that? That's cool. All right. So then you're going to be, and you're going to be, and you, but you're not going to be -2. You're going to be -5. And you're going to be -1 to +1. And you're also going to be -5 and -1 to +1, right? So you're going to go there and you're going to go there. Now I have to break you guys and replace you as quickly as possible so that you start going. So they might be about a tick apart, but they should be cool. And I don't know if I want speed upgrades in the top one, to be honest with you. Like, I want speed upgrades in the bottom one, where you're going to be placing soul sand, right? And by the way, place block. Okay, but I don't think I want speed upgrades in this one. And you're going to be use item on block. Okay. So let me remove the soul sand here. And then we're going to do the scanner thing. And you have to keep clicking until it says block soul sand. And that's how you know things are good, right? And then you are going to be redstone on equals use item on block, right? So that when I place the wither skull in here, he's only going to place a wither skull if there's soul sand below him. Eh? It's pretty cool. You ready? So if I place... In theory, I place 2 soul sand inside this user, and we're going to have a wither in a moment. So let's hope that we can survive that. Hey, look, it's a wither. It totally worked. And he placed another soul sand, which is cool. Now, is he going to destroy the soul sand when he explodes? I always forget. I assume as much. I don't know if he did or not, actually. It almost looked like he left the shield, didn't it? And I was really worried for a second. My sword is so awesome. Goodbye, Wither. I like it. I like it. That's a new way to spawn a Wither. We've never done it that way before. See? You just gotta try. Right? Now I put 3 more soul sand in here, and we're gonna get another Wither. You ready? Ta-da! It works. It actually works. I'm quite pleased about that. I think that's pretty spiffy. I mean, am I wrong? Because you guys tell me. Comments, please. Videos, YouTube comments. Tell me. Thoughts? When that weapon proc goes off and you get like the uber damage boost, it's pretty powerful. I'm gonna call that a good way to spawn a wither. That is just cool beans in my opinion. That is super cool beans. Yeah, I think that's cool. The only thing I think I'm gonna change is maybe I'm gonna make you There it is. There's the red alloy wire. Will you run along this block? No, you don't want to. The only thing I'd like to be able to do... Do you think that's going to activate the redstone here? Redstone on. That shouldn't matter, right? And I want you to be redstone on. So if I break you and we put soul sand in here, right? I'm hoping he just doesn't transmit to the block above him. In fact, yeah, let's... If he does, I should be able to solve it, I think. Am I, like, out of the food thing again? How's my Verdant Heart Charm losing V-Charge so quickly now? I charged this literally right before this episode. I don't have any idea how he got so out of charge. I literally charged this before this episode. Like, the last couple times I charged him, he lasted for like 10 or 20 episodes each. And like, it's weird. It's weird. I'm gonna have to find another auto-feeding thing. Because eating food is tedious and Dire doesn't feel like doing it, okay? Alright, let's see what happens. That seems pretty cool. That seems to be working alright. Now, my only problem is I have now 3 withers. I should have thought a little bit more about that. I don't have a way to kill them automatically yet. Killing these guys manually is not going to be the highlight of my day. It's hard to see how much health he has. You got that withering effect, isn't it? I get the charm or whatever it is that removes the withering effect from me. I think I'm really low on health right now. It's a little hard to tell. Like, you can tell, it's just not easy. Got him. Booyah. Alright, I'm going to call that a cool wither builder. I'm also going to call that the ending of the episode. I'm going to call that wrapping up point, right? V-charge 0? Really, Sustainer? What is up with you, bro? How are you so bad at sustaining my health right now? What is up that I am losing my Sustainer thingy so quickly? It's not the withering effect that's killing it, is it? I wouldn't think so. It might be. It might be. Does the thing also... Where's my thumb-a-nom-a-nom-a-nom? Where is my thumb-a-nom-a-nom? There he is. The Artifice, is it? No, it's Auramancy? No, it's an Artifice, isn't it? No, is it an Infusion guy? It is. Yeah. Wash away potions or similar afflictions from my body. Ah, so you know what I think it is? I think it's actually the withering effect. It's removing withering, and it's draining a lot of energy for that. And that's what's happening. Okay, cool. Wrapping up point for the episode. Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll play with this a little bit more between episodes just to make sure that he actually behaves himself, but I think he will. He does seem to be. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Darryl20 signing off. Take it easy.